Hello and welcome to TimeWielder's project presentation video. I'm the project manager, Nate Roberts. With me in this presentation is designer Aspen Call, and also working on the project are developers Jackson Sear and Danny McNulty.
With the explosion of technology and social media in the modern world, there are more ways than ever for students with inattentive disorders to become distracted and fail to finish their school tasks on time, as well as fail to properly organize and track their assignments, resulting in mental stress, which can snowball into mental health issues. For example, attempting to complete assignments. Far too often, notifications from phones can provide an easy way to leave an assignment for long enough that it's never returned to. There are other applications out there, but we feel none of them address everything we want to. Motion has proven to be the next best thing for those with ADHD, but all its main features are blocked behind a paywall. Trello is a Kanban-style app to track progress on projects, but it doesn't allow users to break up assignments into smaller tasks or help to keep users on task. Todoist is a good task management app, but it doesn't do anything to make sure users are on task. TimeWielder will be centered around two major elements. First is having a calendar where users can plan out their tasks, assignments, and exams. Users will be able to set aside time periods on the calendar in order to work on an assignment and/or study. The second is a Kanban board that will allow users to break tasks down into smaller, more manageable parts. To address the issue of staying on task, TimeWielder will prompt users to turn on Do Not Disturb mode during scheduled exam and study times. TimeWielder will also prompt users in order to confirm that they are on task.
So to go over some of the main user stories to discuss the functionality of the app, the first one, as a user of TimeWielder, I want to be able to schedule blocks of time to work on specific tasks to ensure that I have an organized schedule. With the target user for TimeWielder being inattentive people, what we would like to do is have the ability for them to block off sections of time where they will work entirely on one specific task in order to keep them more focused and undistracted. The second one, as a user of TimeWielder, I want to be able to connect an email or phone number to my account so that I can receive notifications from the application to remind me to do my tasks. And the third one ties into this as well. As a user of TimeWielder, I would like to be prompted to mute all other notifications on my desktop or mobile device while working on tasks so I can stay focused solely on my task. These two user stories are very important to the core functionality of the application because focusing on limiting notifications is the main problem that we are trying to address here with TimeWielder. So being able to, at the very least, have something that will remind you to turn off notifications, remind you to stay focused on these blocks of time, is going to be very helpful. And the final user story, as a user of TimeWielder, like to be able to sync my schedule to Google Calendar so that I can see all of my tasks in one place. No one likes managing 20 different calendars, so what we would like to do is be able to sync to a Google Calendar so that all of your tasks can remain in one place. And TimeWielder will simply focus on making sure you are focused during those periods of time. And you can create tasks that go to your Google Calendar. The task flow diagram you see here goes over your everyday use of the app. So when you open the application, the main page you're greeted by is the calendar with your tasks for the next day. You can also select different time periods to look at, like for example, the next week or next month, and it will show you tasks during that time frame. Down here, if you want to set up more tasks, going up here, you'll go to set up tasks. You can add a due date to a task, at which point you can schedule work periods for the task up to that due date. And this, during those work periods, is where you're going to get the reminder notifications once every 30 minutes that will make sure you are both on task and you have your notifications muted to not be distracted. We also have a Kanban board where if a task is overwhelming, has multiple, you can go into the Kanban board view for that task and create chunks for that section that will allow you to break up the assignment into much more manageable small sections that allow you to more easily see goals and how you are progressing through the assignment to give you more of a completion boost. While working, you will go into this section of the task flow where you can see the work period starts. You will receive a notification telling you what you're working on, how long you're going to work on it, and it will remind you to turn off your notifications. This is to prevent all distractions from happening while you are working due to your phone or desktop notifications you may receive. You will work on your task for the allotted time period. If you complete the task, you can mark it complete, turn it in, and it will be removed from the board entirely. If it's not completed, you can then set up future work sessions for the task, and you will redo the process over and over again until the task is completed. Thank you for listening to our presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them and we will be sure to answer.